بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد باب ما جاء في ضحك رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حدثنا أحمد بن منيع حدثنا عباد بن العوام أخبرنا الحجاج وهو ابن أرطات عن سماك بن حرب عن جابر بن سمرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال كان في ساقي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حموشة وكان لا يضحك إلا تبسما فكنت إذا نظرت إليه قلت أكحل العينين وليس بأكحل. Imam al-Tirmidhi rahmatullah alayh, new chapter he has brought. It is about laughing or smiling Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. It will be described into this chapter how Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam laughed or smiled. And Imam al-Tirmidhi rahmatullah alayh has brought about 9 ahadith sharifa, 9 riwayat, 9 narrations. First riwayat is being narrated by Jabir ibn Samura radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He said that into the shins Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam there was thinness. The shin Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they were thin. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam never used to laugh except smiling. He always laughed and his laughing was smiling. And then he says that whenever I looked at Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I said in my heart that he has applied eyeliner into his eyes. But he had not applied any eyeliner. It was appearing that he's got surma in his eyes, or he has applied surma in his eyes. But in reality, he had applied nothing. So today's first riwayat, 3 things mentioned by Jabir Ibn Samura radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, and one of the Jabir, it could be Jabir Ibn Samura radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, one of the Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he had this one honor I have shared many times before, into the battle, on a journey of a battle, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, or on a journey, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Sahaba are going. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is on his conveyance. Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is on his conveyance. And the conveyance and the ride and the animal of Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala anhu used to gain speed while on a journey. And sometime his conveyance will go ahead of the ride of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala anhu will strike and will hold that it is against adab to go ahead of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, every time that happens, look at him, smile at him, and then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam gives dua that, "Oh Allah, forgive Jabir. Oh Allah, forgive Jabir." And Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala anhu used to say that goes in my bag. That is his honor. That had happened to him. That in the same night, my ride was trying to cross the ride of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam approximately 25 times. Approximately 25 times. And all 25 times Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam looked at me, smiled, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "May Allah forgive Jabir." Because he's trying to bring his conveyance back. Every time that happens, he's trying to strike with his whip and bringing his ride back. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam notices that Jabir is not comfortable that his conveyance go ahead of the conveyance of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when that happens, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam look at Jabir and smiles, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that may Allah forgive Jabir. Both worlds can be sacrificed for the smile of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And both worlds will stand nothing compared to the dua of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam that may Allah forgive you. And Jabir did gain that honor 25 times approximately in a same night. 25 times Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam smiled at him. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave that dua to him. Whether Jabir ibn Samura, same Jabir, there was few Jabir ibn Abdullah too. So whoever Jabir radiyallahu ta'ala, that had happened. Here Jabir ibn Samura radiyallahu ta'ala, he is narrating three things. That Shin Mubarak, leg Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Shin Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was thinness, first thing. Second, he said that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam never laughed except smiling. And the third, Sahaba, how fortunate they are. Like, they must have had whole description of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in front of them, even Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. That's why Anas radiyallahu ta'ala served Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam for 10 years. And when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, some pious people, that is happening now too. When they are drawn into the love of their sheikh, and when sheikh passes away, they had narrated the same experience. Oh Allah, give us the love of righteous and pious scholars and muhaddiseen and awliya and muttaqeen and arifin for your love, for your pleasure. That has happened. Anas radiyallahu ta'ala, he lived approximately for 50 years after Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because of the dua of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah give him long life, Allah give him barakat in his rizq, Allah give him barakat in his family. Children and grandchildren, he must have buried at least 100. And he had a very long age, and his orchard used to give fruits twice a year. Everybody's orchard will give fruit once in a year, because of the dua of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But I was saying that he lived 50 years after Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. So someone asked Anas radiyallahu ta'ala that what has happened after Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away? Did you see him in a dream? He said, not one night. For 50 years, every night, he had sighted Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a dream. You know what we had done? We had polluted our eyes. Sometime by committing zinas of eyes, sometime by looking down onto somebody, sometime by looking into myself as a proudy person. And that's how we have polluted our eyes. That's why these treats are being taken away by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anas radiyallahu ta'ala said that I had seen Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam every night for 50 years. Not one night go that I don't see Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a dream. And one pious scholar told me, and I know him from young age, maybe 20, 25. He will never miss tahajjud. Never ever. And his father also was great. But since his father passed away, he told me that every night I see my father. Oh Allah, show us Kaabatullah and show us your Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Show us Quran. Let us have the dreams of Sahaba and Anbiya and righteous people. That's why you're learning Shama'il al-Tirmidhi. And today we learn three things. Shin Mubarak of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was thin. Second, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's laughter was always smile. And third, his eyes. I told you, one of our teachers, Hazrat Maulana Zulfaqar Sahab, always you look at him like he has applied surma. But he never used to apply surma. That is how Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his eyes was such that he had applied surma, kuhul, eyeliner. But in reality, he had not applied. No one came as beautiful as Nabi Sassam. No one came as handsome as Nabi Sassam. No one came as smart as Nabi Sassam. No one came as intellectual like Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No one came as brave as Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No one came as pardoning as Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. No one came as merciful as Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. May Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala make us such that we have every riwayat of His and every sunnat of His and every sirat of His we have in our knowledge and every ayat of the Quran. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya awwal al-awwalin, ya akhir al-akhirin, ya rahim al-masakin, ya dhal quwwati al-matin, ya dhal manni fala yumannu alayk, ya dhal tawl, ya dhal jalali wal ikram. La ilaha illa ant, zahra al-lalaji'in, wa jara al-mustajirin, wa ma'man al-khaifin, ya ma'man al-khaifin. إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك السعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده الكتاب. اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فاقبضنا غير مفتونين غير خزايا ولا ندامى ولا مفتونين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى والمسلمين المغلومين في فلسطين وفي غزة العزة، غزة التمكين، غزة الثبات، غزة أداء فرض الكفاية عن الأمة. اللهم كن لهم ولا تكن عليهم. اللهم صب عليهم نصرتك. اللهم صب عليهم نصرتك. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين.